We've been sitting down for quite a while, so everybody stand up. Everybody.
Yeah, you have one if you want to sit, you have the other.
Yeah, true.
So ready.
So let's. If you're, wow, I'm not good at speaking. I'm a dancer, so excuse me if it's a bit weird, but I'm gonna use the microphone right now, and we're just gonna find a space. Make sure you're not gonna hit anybody. So take your arms out to the side. Just before I start speaking. Good. And we're just gonna inhale by raising the arms to the sky. I just want you guys to take in a nice energy, just a little bit of a stretch. And then with the exhale, you're just gonna drop the arms and let everything go. Just let it go. Exhale. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Reach. Just feel the feet connecting to the earth. And then you're just gonna breathe, let it go. We do 2 more times like this. Inhale, reach. Inhale like you're reaching to the sky, and then you want to drop and let everything release and relax. And 1 more time, inhale. And then with the exhale, just bending the knees, letting the shoulders go, letting the head go, giving the arms a shake, giving the knees a shake. And now you can sit down. This was just to get a little bit of energy flowing. And yeah, you guys probably feel pretty good right now. So... okay. Oh wait, some notes. So, what the hell? Okay, let's go with this. So yeah, I am Bianca and I am a dancer the whole time I move. So this is really like special for me, and I'm thanking Felipe for inviting me to talk about the power of dance and my experience with dance in my life. But on the theme of Tag der Gesundheit, I'm also here to talk about mental health and suicide prevention. And I want to ask before I start talking, do any of you dance in your free time? Raise a hand. 1, 2, high hand. Okay, cool. Anybody willing to tell me who had their hand up why you like to dance? Anybody? Release of... Nice, yeah. Cool. Anybody else? Why you dance? Why you like to dance? Why you love to dance?
Getting out of my head and back in my body.
Cool, nice. Perfect. Anyone else? Release, getting out of the body, getting out of the... I'm not getting out of the body, getting to the body, getting out of the head? Expression, yeah. Cool. So it's the same for me. So as I was a child, I had I was very shy and I hated dancing. I hated going to ballet school, but my mom sent me. I'm very hyperactive, as you can tell. So the breath work and the Stimmung from Miroslav really helped me to calm down, and that's the same with me in dancing. And as I was a child, as I said, I hated going to ballet school, and I really was like, I don't want to do this discipline. And as we know from the dimensions that Felipe explained, for me dancing was community. As a 5- and 6-year-old kid, all I wanted to do was go and play with my friends on a Saturday afternoon and on a Tuesday night. And so, like we had 3 people saying, for me it was an expression of community and just expressing myself through movement. And Felipe asked me today, which I was a bit like, oh, I don't really want to do it, to talk about my project. And as I said, I'm here to talk about dance and the power of dance through mental health awareness and suicide prevention. And for me, for the last 1.5 years, I've been dealing with my project is called the Suicide Project, or the Suicide Project. And this came about 6 years ago when I lost my father to suicide. So he took his life and he decided that he didn't want to be here anymore. And these conversations that came up during this time, it was for me very confusing, and I started this project with one simple conversation with my mother, who is now in Australia. I'm from Australia, and she's a social worker actually, and she speaks a lot, she talks a lot, and I'm the opposite. These conversations were very hard for me because I was listening and listening to her talking about her story, and realizing at the same time that I was using my dance, like unbewusst irgendwie so halt, how you say it in English? Unconsciously, I was using my dance at that time to process my emotions and get out of here. So if I was feeling upset, if I was feeling like suicidal at the time, which I also had experiences with as a suicide attempt survivor, I would just get in the studio and do my movement and get out of here, because I knew that was my rock, I knew that was my savior, it had always been my savior. And actually, I wrote something down because I did a survey yesterday with a few of my friends, and I asked them why they love dancing, and like we had 3 people here say, I asked a friend of mine who is a professional dancer, and he said for him dancing is like meditation, and without his dance class he feels like something is missing every day. Exactly like we had the lady over there, she said that dance helps us express without words. Another beautiful friend of mine, she said that you can lose yourself in dance, and at the same time in dance and movement you can find yourself, which I think is beautiful. Dance is honesty, dance is purity, and dance is truth without words. It connects us to each other. Like I said, as a 5-year-old child, I was connected to my friends, even though I hated the discipline. And I had a friend of mine also yesterday, who I hope was going to be here, who said that dance is his life elixir, and we can use the body almost like a pen to tell a story, which I thought was really, really, really beautiful. And that's my power of dance. And coming back to my suicide project, or the suicide project and mental health, as a suicide, let's ask a question. We know in life that life is a series of ups and downs. Everything in life is impermanent and nothing lasts. But what leads a person to suicide is a very big question that's been on my mind. And as somebody who lost my father, it was almost like a piece of my heart was ripped out when he passed away. I had a lot of questions, what I could have done better, what if I had only said this, what if? But I came to realize that you cannot help somebody who has already decided that they're going to take their life. There are things to do, but in this moment, it's a moment of helplessness. And I often thought it was cowardness, and how could you do this, and how could you leave me, and all these questions. And that's why I started the Suicide Project. And I started the Suicide Project through dance to reach out to people and talk to people. And that's why I'm really thankful that Felipe gave me this opportunity, because through my dance I touch a lot of people, but through words, it's a big thing for me. But my goal with the Suicide Project is to reach out to communities where people don't have the chance to dance, don't have the chance to move, don't have the chance to, I also teach fitness and Pilates, who don't have the chance to do any of this, who don't see anything like in front of them. We live in Berlin, or we live I'm from Melbourne, Australia. We live in cities where we're given the opportunity to do that. But we are 8 billion people on this planet, and many of those people don't have that. They don't have this opportunity. And I was really lucky enough to apply for a grant in Australia, and I wanted to show everybody the video today. So if you want to see the video later, I can show you, or we can connect. But I was given a grant amount of money to produce a solo for myself, which is 401 Blood on Point. And I chose this name, Blood on Point, because, as I have said numerous times right now, for me, ballet, struggling also with mental issues in the dance world. Everybody thinks that ballet is a beautiful world, la la la, but we know, some of you maybe know, it's not like this at all. And I was really it's a dancer friend of mine. I was really fighting a lot of my life getting these jobs with just waking up in the morning and having to go to work, having to put on the point shoes. So it was like every morning waking up depressed, and I wanted to die. I really had 6 months of my life where I stayed in bed and did basically nothing. And so me, it was like life and death, blood on point. And 401 for me, so as I've been doing my research in the last year and a half, I've discovered 3 very, very strong numbers: 39, 40, 41. And I don't know if any of you know this, but there is a statistic out there, and I'm not sure if it's getting higher because of the coronavirus and mental health issues are going up and all this kind of thing. But at every 40 seconds, somebody in the world will take their life due to suicide. So that means in the last 10 minutes, there's already been like 8, 9 people that have taken their lives. And these numbers are way too high. Every year this means almost 1 million people will take their life by suicide. And So the numbers 401 for me were 39 seconds, a life is normal. So my life before my father decided to suicide, which was 40 seconds. And then the 41 seconds after is those moments left to people like me, the suicide survivors, that we are left behind to ask these questions. What if I had done this? What if I only had said something better? You know, as I said, we cannot change a person's decision, but I believe that we can use dance and we can use these programs and this beautiful thing that makes all of us, some of us said here that we can express these things, to change pathways in the body, in the brain. There's a study I read, research that they did, that the hippocampus through dancing actually increases rather than decreases when you just dance. It's different to sport. So I believe that through the body we can really help people to express themselves, especially people who, like dogs, they're always running around and they're always happy. For people who are afraid to speak and don't want to talk about their issues, let's say. So yeah, this is for me 401, Blood on Point, and I'm really excited to yeah, tell you that that's going on a next level now, and I've combined that with a few Aboriginal artists in Australia who are also part of my project, and yeah, really exciting stuff coming up there. And I had one more thing that I wanted to share. I wrote down a lot of things. Yeah, the poem from my mother. Exactly. Sorry, guys. Or not? Yes. So, as I said, my project, the Suicide Project 401 Blood on Point, is going in a new direction, and I think it's the strongest. It's a very strong project because it combines two women. One woman who is a dancer who lost her father and is dealing with that or working on her trauma through dance, and another who is a social worker and a writer, a reader, an extravagant person living in Australia who is going to come together with me, and we're going to create this outreach program for people who would never have any idea that the power of dance is so strong. And exactly, she's not here. She's in Australia right now, sitting at home because they have a really terrible lockdown. And because she's not here, this project is really strong, or it's really important for me that I'm in a way doing it not for her, but with her. And even though she's not here, she writes a lot, and she wrote a poem. So I would love to share that with you guys. If you would just close your eyes, I would really appreciate that, like, because the words are quite deep, just to feel and to breathe as I read these words quite slowly. And my mother's name is Deborah, and she wrote this poem after my father died. And the poem is called I Am Not There. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, and I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circuit flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not here, but I also have not died. So thank you to my mom for that one, and I hope that she's feeling us now and the energy from you guys. So yeah, just to end up my talk, I said I really don't like to talk, so I want to just dance. Yeah, I just wanted to really share with you the power of dance, and that breath and movement awakens us. It moves us forward, especially for people, suicide survivors and suicide attempt survivors, that we think we cannot get out of a place, a deep space, and we think there's only one way that is taking our lives. I believe there's always a way out. Many people have. I had a big conversation with somebody today who said, you don't understand, blah, 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 but I believe there's always a way out. Things in life are impermanent, and through dance we can really awaken our bodies, which are connected to our souls and our minds. So in that, I thank you for listening to my fast talk. As I said, thank you, Felipe, for trusting me that I was going to be able to talk. I tried to keep it slow, but it was quite fast. But yeah, just to finish off with, as I told you, I'm doing this project with an Aboriginal artist from Australia who is a beautiful human being, and he writes music as well as acts and dances and does everything. So I would like everybody to stand up for a second. I'm just gonna put the music on.